What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Apologies for the different setup. My camera is not working, and I figured this looks better than having no camera. So we are once again using this really cool Caterpie team built by Ice Kens. We had a lot of fun with it yesterday, and I'm really hoping to keep that going today. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is going to be Zygarde Zamazenta. It is Zygarde Zamazenta with Zapdos, Comfey, a Clefairy, and Charizard. So I actually really like Caterpie with Kyogre. I think the ability to set up for Kyogre is big. I like Rayquaza as well. And then probably Sylveon. Sylveon has a lot of good team tools to deal with this team. So we're going to use this. As we're prepping for the battle, please make sure to subscribe. We are working our way towards 1 billion subscribers, and we really can't get there without you. And it helps me make content like this. So if you like Caterpie, definitely make sure to subscribe. So I also haven't seen the screen look like this in a very long time. I'm used to it being so much smaller. So my opponent is going to lead Zygarde Zamazenta. So this is I think really good because of the fact that we have the ability just to control speed immediately. Right, we do have the ability just to go for a string shot, and I think that that's going to play a pretty big role. So I do want to start by going for a string shot. One thing I don't actually know is if Wide Guard will, what's it called? Wide Guard will handle string shot, or well, Wide Guard will handle, yeah, Wide Guard will handle string shot. I'm going to go for a water spout. That was probably a bad call. We are going to see a max here. I think it's fine, right? We do have Rayquaza. I could have gone for a protect, in all honesty. I think that that would have been pretty good for me, just being able to kind of mitigate some of the damage. But I think once we bring out Rayquaza, right, we do have the ability just to go for Max Dragon. So I think that that's going to play a big role. We're going to see a coaching come out. So we should see probably a Max Quake coming out into Kyogre, which is unfortunate, but oh, we're faster. Okay, so that's a big deal, right? We're gonna bring Zamazenta into the red, and more importantly, we get this hit off before we get hit with a Max Quake. So that's gonna go into Kyogre. Kyogre is gonna hold on, so that's really big for us, right? We are going to significantly weaken this Zygarde, as Caterpie is going to be able to fire off the string shot. So this is huge, right? Your Kyogre, or not your Kyogre, your Zygarde is going to now be at -2. And right, we have everything really low. I do want to start going for, I'm going to go for a second string shot here, as well as an Ice Beam into the Zygarde. We're probably going to let it get into big Zygarde mode, but I think that that's fine. Whatever is going to come in is going to get its speed lowered by Caterpie. It is going to be Clefairy. So Clefairy is a little bit tricky, right? Because of the fact that you now have redirection. Oh god, that's so close. That critical hit's a really big deal. We are going to trigger a weakness policy, but Rayquaza does have access to Breaking Swipe. So even if you go for the Follow Me, right, it is a spread type attack. So we are going to be able to get that guarantee. Unfortunately, though, Zygarde is going to transform, which is not going to be good for us, as a second Max Quake going to come out here onto Caterpie. Interestingly enough, Caterpie is able to survive, so that's huge for us, right? We are going to have Caterpie hang out for another turn, as we now do have the ability just to go for an Origin Pulse. Yeah, we're going to have to go for an Origin Pulse to get this Zygarde as low as possible. I think what's nice, right, is we also have Sylveon in the back. So by lowering its speed so much, right, we're setting up for really a solid end game. So I think once again, a string shot here is fine. Origin Pulse is good as well. Just trying to get as much pressure on, or as much damage onto the Zygarde as possible. As yeah, we are going to see a Follow Me. We do have access to Electro Web, but I don't think it's necessary, as Origin Pulse is going to luckily double connect. Unfortunately, due to all of the special defense boosts, right, it is going to survive, as Caterpie keeps going for these string shots, which is really going to sort of help us out in this end game. Right, we are going to see the Max Quake again, unfortunately, come out into Kyogre. Kyogre is going to go down here, so we are down a Pokemon, but my opponent's max is over, And Rayquaza is physical, so that's going to be huge for us. We do have to obviously watch out for what's it called? Damage from... Yeah, we do have to watch out for damage from Clefairy. We do have access to Breaking Swipe, which is going to be a really big boost for us, right? Being able to avoid that redirection is great. We do, though, need to start getting damage onto this Clefairy. So I really want to go for a Bug Bite here, as well as Breaking Swipe, right, is spread. Yeah, it is going to be spread. So we are going to be able to also lower Zygarde's attack to help deal with that coaching boost that it got. So that's going to really be beneficial to us, right? We are going to see Follow Me, unfortunate, but it's not necessarily the end of the world, as Breaking Swipe, not going to affect Clefairy, but it is going to hit into Zygarde. So we are going to get that attack drop, doing just a little bit damage. Not as much as I would have liked, but, you know, trying to counteract some of the damage that has come out from the Zygarde. As we are going to... Okay. That's a thing. Zygarde is going to rest. So, okay. I'm going to go for a Bug Bite here and go for an Airstream onto Clefairy. I think at this point, my goal is to set up, what's it called? An Airstream, and then just start Wormwinding into whatever is next to Zygarde, with the idea that we can KO it that way. We do have access to Sylveon too in the end, so that can really help us. Caterpie hanging out is actually, it does kind of feel like awkward, where it's like, oh, what is Caterpie really doing? But every little bit helps, especially with the fact that, right, like, we have Electro Web, which can break Sash, which is a big deal. We're gonna see an ally switch, so I'm guessing they're calling the Max Dragon, but we do get to fire off a big Airstream onto this Zygarde. Unfortunately, not going to do nearly as much. So this is actually really interesting tech, right? To have the ally switch as well as Follow Me, as Bug Bite going to come out onto the Clefairy, right? My thought process was, hey, I'm going to KO you. Zygarde guaranteed to be asleep this turn. So what I want to actually do is... Oh! Okay. Scary. We're going to... This throws me off for a turn. We're going to swap into Sylveon because you have spread. And we're going to go for another Airstream onto Clefairy, hoping they don't go for a second ally switch. Caterpie, I think, is going to be fine here, right? So even if they go for another ally switch, right, they're super slow at this point. We are going to see the Protect, so a little bit unfortunate here. Right, my max does feel a little bit wasted, as now you do have... Oh, God, I mean, that's good damage. We do have the ability just to keep putting on pressure, as this Zygarde is going to go for a Sleep Tog. I don't know what it's going to use. I'm scared. Please be... Let's see here. 1,000 arrows. That's tricky. Sylveon does hang on. That's a really big deal. We can go for the Hyper Voice, as well as an Airstream onto the Zygarde. I think that's fine. We can continually pressure with Breaking Swipes, and more importantly, Sylveon is the fastest thing on the field. We are going to see Helping Hand, right? You are guaranteed to wake up this turn, so that is a little scary, as Airstream going to come out onto this Zygarde, doing not what I needed it to do. I'm hoping Hyper Voice can at least pick up a KO onto this Sylveon. Onto this Clefairy, as Hyper Voice going to come out. Not enough, unfortunately. So Zygarde going to wake up, going to use 1,000 arrows, going to get Rayquaza down, and more importantly, right, like, it lets you bring out Caterpie, or I'm forced to bring out Caterpie. Am I really about to get 4-0'd by Zygarde Zamazenta? It looks like it. I'm going to... Yeah, I think we lose here. Tackle here and go for an Extreme Speed, because you just KO me with 1,000 arrows at this point. Okay, wait. Thousand Arrows gonna come through. Yeah, because you're just gonna double KO me. Tackle big damage. As this Thousand Arrows should unfortunately pick up the double. Yeah, so we don't get 4-0'd. We did get to use Caterpie. I think, yeah, the ally switch turn was hard. I think if we had gone for Max Dragon, we would have been in good shape. But yeah, I mean, our opponent really set themselves up in a good position. I think, yeah, Caterpie might have been a little passive. I'm so glad we brought it. It did definitely put in some work, but yeah, solid first battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Palkia Zacian. It is Palkia Zacian, Regieleki, Rillaboom with Incin and Grimmsnarl. Rayquaza. Okay, so we need Rayquaza here. It deals with a lot of stuff. Sylveon's pretty good here too. I like Incin as well. Kyogre, I don't like it much. I need it though for an answer into Zacian. Aw, man. Let's do Incin, Kyogre with Ray. What does Rayquaza do? Sylveon deals with Sylveon deals with a lot. Let's do actually Caterpie Ogre with Incin and Sylveon. I think that that's fine. If we can get Ogre in a position, right, where stuff is slower than it, that really will help us. So I think the String Shot is huge. I'm hoping my opponent doesn't know what Shield Dust does, and they try to fake out and ignore Caterpie, which will let us fire off a String Shot, which is definitely going to play a big role in kind of how things work out, as we are going to see Instant Olecki. So, right, we are going to bring out Caterpie. If we can get the String Shot off, Regieleki becomes slower than Ogre. So I have to hope that you fake out and attack into Caterpie. Or I have to hope that you fake out and... yeah, okay. So we're going to String Shot here. We're going to go for a Protect with Kyogre. Like I said, we need you to fake out into Caterpie, not knowing what it's going to do. So that way we can get off the String Shot. And we need you to go for like a Thunderbolt with Olecki. If you max Olecki, we're in bad shape. We are going to... Okay, perfect. Let's see the fake out and the Thunderbolt. We're going to see the fake out perfect into Caterpie. I'm guessing they don't know what it does. We're going to see an Electro Web. So the Electro Web should not be able to pick up the KO here. So Caterpie is going to live. We are going to be able, to fire off that String Shot. I'm sure my opponent is very confused as to what just happened. But we are now in a really good position, right? We can go freely for that Water Spout, as well as a Bug Bite onto the Regieleki, just to guarantee that, what's it called? If you are Sash, we can at least break it and KO it with Caterpie. So solid first turn here, right? They said, oh, I don't know what Caterpie's going to do. Let's just fake it out, only for Caterpie to survive and go for a String Shot. So now we're in an incredible position, right? Your Olecki is slower than my Ogre. We are going to see the instant withdraw, which is totally fine with me. This should be Palkia. Yep, we are going to see the Palkia come out. So hopefully we can KO this Regieleki, as Water Spout going to come out, do really big damage across the board. Olecki, unfortunately, is going to be Focus Sash, so they are going to be able to retaliate with some good damage. They have also confirmed that we are not Assault Vest, as Ogre going to take a big chunk of damage, but more importantly, we do survive. This is going to let Bug Bite come out and finish off this Regieleki, which is a big threat out of the way. So now we are in good shape. We are unfortunately kind of low with our main sweepers, right? Like Kyogre really is our best option for a max candidate. So kind of figuring out how to get around that. We are going to see Zacian come out here. So what? I need to go for another... let's go for another String Shot, as well as swap into Incin, right? I don't expect you to let me get this off, but it is kind of our best bet, because from there what we can do is we can go for a fake out onto the Zacian, as well as a Max Geyser from Ogre, and sort of use that to our advantage, right? Because we do need to obviously KO Zacian. We do have Incin, but it's not necessarily the best option, especially with the rain up, right? If we had Regieleki, it could be, I mean, not Regieleki, if we had Rayquaza, it would actually be a little bit different, because we do have the ability just to flare into that Zacian. So we are going to get the Intimidate off. I'm really hoping that we can get another String Shot off with this Caterpie. That'll really sort of turn the tide in my favor. But we are unfortunately going to see a Palkia Max here. So there is a chance, right, you double up into the Incin slot trying to account for that, which if you do, like, we just kind of lose. But let's see. Caterpie, though, if it can get off a String Shot, is really going to be huge, as we are going to see a Protect come out from the Zacian, which is totally fine with me. We are going to see Palkia go for the Max Quake, probably into Caterpie. Caterpie, I think, did its job here. We do now have the ability to go for a free Max Geyser into this Zacian. You are going to be at +1 special defense, but I'm not necessarily too worried. We can... Ogre's still very healthy, so I'm actually pretty fine with how things stand. We should see... I do expect, to see Zacian switch out into... into Incin. So I do want to go for a U-turn over... let's go for a U-turn into Palkia, because my thought process is if we can get out Sylveon next to Kyogre, right, we're in good shape. We are going to see the Max. We're seeing no switch, so that is scary, to say the least. I'm hoping that we can survive a hit from this Zacian, which we should. It'll be a little close, as Ogre going to Max here. I don't think we're actually okay for a Play Rough, which is okay. I mean, you could just miss Play Rough, which is fine with me, as Geyser going to come out here onto the Zacian. Should be a KO. Perfect. Zacian going to go down. We should see a hit into Incin. That's totally fine, right? We do have access to Palkia in the back. I mean, not Palkia. We have Sylveon in the back, and we know that your last one is Incineroar. So what we can do now is we can go for a Protect, stall out your Max, and then proceed to go for just a Hyper Voice from Sylveon. So, right, yep, Incin, that's totally fine. You're not going to do anything. Sylveon is, from what I remember, has just a ton of special defense, right? I feel like Sylveon's strongest sort of stat is its special defense. So we do have that ability. We also, I think, are staggered by a turn for Max. So we can go for a Geyser there, go for a Protect, and then are in a position where we do have access to a single target Water Spout into, I mean, not Water Spout, single target Hyper Voice into this Palkia, which, yes, it will have access to its special defense boost, but not the end of the world, as Sylveon, yep, going to get off a Protect. We should see a Fake Out go into it, yep. We will then KO the Incineroar, and then create a scenario where it is a 2v1. So the Play Rough miss was unfortunate, but we're using Caterpie, so I don't really care. You can say I won because of luck, but like I said, I'm literally using Caterpie. As Sylveon going to take... Oh, wow. That is a lot of damage. That is way too much damage. Jesus Christ. Let's go for a Hailstorm onto you, as well as I'm gonna click Hyper Voice after seeing how much damage Palkia did to me. That's fine. We're going to go for a Hailstorm onto you, just so we can get some more continual chip, right? We're making it so now you have Life Orb as well as Hail. I want to say Quick Attack. I mean, right, like, if we think about it, you have to, okay, wait, hail damage, Kyogre goes first, then it's Palkia, then it's Sylveon. I want to go for a double. Let's go for a protect here, just to get a little bit more hail damage, and then we can put on pressure, right? You can only KO one thing, which is big. So we are going to just be able to kind of see where your targeting goes. We can get some more damage out. We're going to see a Spatial Rend come out into Ogre. So an interesting choice for sure, because of the fact that Sylveon, it has stab super effective into you. That's fine. So I'm fine to click Ice Beam again, as well as go for the Hyper Voice. Just trying to, this should, like, one of these should be able to pick up the KO. As, oh yeah, Ice Beam is going to come out first. So we have that guaranteed damage. Not doing a ton, but every little bit counts. It goes into the Sylveon. Sylveon is going to unfortunately go down. So I think a quick attack would have been a little bit better there, as Palkia is so low that at this point, right, you should go down to another Ice Beam. So unfortunately, we didn't get to, yeah, that's definitely in range of Ice Beam. So we will be able to just click that. I mean, you could triple protect, or you're just gonna accept it. Your win con there is a triple protect. So unfortunately, we didn't get to do much with Sylveon. I think it would have really been cool to pick up the KO there. I could have gone for a quick attack, but I saw the Spatial Rend into Ogre, so I figured that they were gonna do it again. Unfortunately, they did not, but it is what it is. Still a solid second battle. Glad we were able to pull that out, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Reshiram Lunala, which is a very interesting pair. It is Reshiram Entei, Tapu Lele with Whimsicott, Lunala, and Rillaboom. So what? What is good here? I like Ogre a lot. Ogre and Rayquaza are good because they both have spread. Ogre, I mean, Rayquaza is good for Reshiram. Do I like Caterpie here? I mean, I'm gonna bring Caterpie. I don't really have a reason not to. I think Caterpie Rayquaza is fine. Caterpie Rayquaza, I do want Ogre and then probably Sylveon. My thought process with Sylveon really is I just need good damage onto Reshiram that's not Rayquaza, because Rayquaza might go down. So what's nice here is we can utilize Caterpie to negate my opponent's Tailwind. So if we can get that off, right, like you can only go for targeting onto one thing. And so getting off a string shot is huge. And then we have the ability to go for an Electro Web too, just to potentially break like a Shadow Shield on Lunala. So that's really beneficial for us. We could just go for a Protect if need be. There's just a lot of different options on the table right now. So we are going to see Tapu Lele with Lunala. So Caterpie Rayquaza here. Psychic Surge comes out. Okay, so I think your Lele is going to be Scarfed, which is good to know. Okay, we're going to go for an Electro Web and a Protect. Right, if you let Caterpie get off the hit, I'm hoping you go for a Meteor Beam into Rayquaza and just like kind of ignore the Caterpie, as we're gonna see an Icy Wind come out. So that's really good tech to see. Caterpie avoids as well, and also interestingly, the Lunala is faster than the Tapu Lele. So Caterpie is going to hang on. We are unfortunately going to miss Tapu Lele, but we do get to fire off the Electro Web, breaking the Shadow Shield on Lunala. Right, so we can now go for a String Shot here, as well as I'm gonna Airstream into Lunala. I'm gonna Airstream into 140, 110. I'm gonna go for a 140 hit into this Lunala. Right, Caterpie should, I'm hoping, lower the speed enough where we're able to make a difference. What's important though is that we were able to lower their speeds, which is so important in this format. So Rayquaza going to get really big here, and let's kind of see where we go from here. We're gonna, okay, so this Lunala is still faster than my Rayquaza, which is annoying because now what's gonna happen is your Tapu Lele is going to be able to get damage off. We do luckily live, which is huge, as the Airstream is going to come out onto this Lunala. Unfortunately, not enough for a KO, but we are going to be able to lower your speed even further with Caterpie, right? Being able to fire off a big string shot here onto both, getting the speeds super low. And so now what I have to do is I have to figure out, do I think a Bug Bite onto Lunala is going to KO? I'm going to hope so, and I'm going to target down the Tapu Lele with an Airstream, just trying to get as much damage as possible. We could see the Lunala protect, right, trying to preserve it, which would be ideal. Unfortunately, we did see that Electro Web is not going to be enough. Hopefully the Lele is not sashed, right? That is something that very well could be the case. But what's nice here is we do have access to Ogre, and Ogre can just freely go for an Water Spout, as Lele, unfortunately, is going to be sashed. So that Electro Web miss is huge because it means that we're probably going to lose both, as we're going to see Bug Bite come out onto the Lunala, doing nowhere near enough, unfortunately. So yeah, the Icy, I mean, it doesn't matter. We would have been able to KO Tapu Lele, but no big deal. At this point, though, your Pokemon are both very low, and we do have access to Ogre to go for, what's it called? A Water Spout, and you don't really have a good option for that. So yeah, free Water Spout there. I do want to, we haven't seen Protect on Lunala. We've just seen Icy Wind. I still am gonna go for the what's it called, the Water Spout, because I don't really have a choice. So let's just fire off a Water Spout here, as well as a Hyper Voice, just trying to, you know, go for some damage. Like I said, we don't really have a better choice. Water Spout is going to, yep, just come out, pick up a double knockout. So it is going to be 2-2, but my opponent does have access to Dynamax, which I do not. So definitely a little bit unfortunate there. So the big question really is going to be, what is your Pokemon in the pack, and how does it compare? It is probably Reshiram. Like, I would be shocked if they didn't bring Reshiram. So it's going to be Reshiram, and the question is, what is it with? As we are going to see, yep, there's the Reshiram, and then we're going to see next to it the Rillaboom. Okay, so this is bad. If that was not obvious, this is very bad. There's nothing we can really do here except admit defeat. We are going to see the Grassy Seed come out. I'm going to click Water Spout anyway, as well as Hyper Voice. There is a chance, right, you expect me to just get knocked out and you say, hey, I'm going to do something else. We are going to see the max. So, yeah, I mean, like, we're basically pinned at this point. You're going to be able to KO both my Pokemon pretty freely with a combination of Rillaboom as well as the Reshiram. So, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, we're going to see the Fake Out unfortunately come out onto the Sylveon, which is a shame, as you are also faster than my Ogre. So we're going to be able to fire off a very sort of weak Water Spout, but every little bit of damage counts. We are going to see the Life Orb confirmed on the Reshiram. Water Spout going to come out, do no damage. We also don't get a freeze, unfortunately. And so what? We can go for an Ice Beam. Yeah, I mean, we go for an Ice Beam and we go for a Hyper Voice. We're not going to get it, right? You have a guaranteed KO onto both my Pokemon this turn. But, I mean, we're using Caterpie. So, we'll click Hyper Voice anyway. Just going for the damage. Overall, it's been a fun time using this team. I think it's really silly, really fun. Oh! Okay. Wait. Okay. Wait. I mean, you're still going to KO me with Reshiram the next turn, but if we can get it a little bit closer, right, like that's always fun. The Ice Beam going to come out here, probably not enough for a KO onto the Rillaboom. Survey says, yo, okay, we managed to, okay, we'll take the crit. That's tight. We are going to bring it down to a 1-to-1 that we're going to lose because of the fact that this Reshiram is faster than us, but we can still play it out. So overall, is Caterpie a great Pokemon to use? For the wrong reasons, yes. I've had fun using it. I'm glad we were able to bring it to so many games. Were there better choices a lot of the time? Probably. Did we use those choices a lot of the time? No. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. Huge shout out to Ice Kens for the team. It's been a lot of fun to use. Always comes up with some really interesting teams. We will be back to using some more quote unquote meta stuff coming up. So look forward to that. And yeah, with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful and I'll see you then.